I'm going to talk about a simple, little known tactic that works really well when it's applicable. So Google really likes that I used recently to get this client literally from page 3 to the top of page 1 in a month, in 30 days. So what happened was on September 23rd, um, for IT Services Denver, which is a very important keyword for this particular MSP client. It has about 350 searches a month. They were at number 23. And based on what I did, based on this tactic, on October 3rd, on October 4th, within 30 days, this client went for this ranking to number 3. In fact, it has since gone up to number 2. So now what is happening is for IT Services Denver, this client is not only in the map pack, but also at number 2 in rest of the organic, right? And this jump happened in 30 days. So that is what happened. And now let me talk about why this happened. So here we are looking at the rankings for IT Services Denver over the last year. And this is the trend. And you will see that at this end, you see this jump. And what you see here is that this particular line in sort of yellow or orange, that shows the ranking for this particular page, domain/managed IT services Denver. And this line in blue shows the ranking for the home page, right? So what this is showing is over time, for this particular site, there were 2 pages trying to rank for this particular same keyword, right? And what was happening is the ranking was not too bad, but overall, there was a conflict between these 2 pages. And what I did based on this observation is at this particular time, I combined these pages so that now we have 1 page and there is no conflict. And that is what set in motion this rapid increase in ranking. So how can you identify and do this, right? So what was happening is that IT Support Denver and IT Services Denver are 2 very important keywords. And the homepage was being targeted for IT Support Denver. And there was another page that I showed earlier that was targeting managed IT Services Denver related terms, and IT Services Denver also was targeted on the second page, right? So that is what was happening. And like I said earlier, so we combined those 2 pages because there was a conflict. Now, the way that you can identify these potential conflicts is by looking at what Google is rewarding for the 2 specific keywords, right? So in this example, we were looking at IT Support Denver and IT Services Denver. And to evaluate this, what we need to do is we need to look at the top page rankings for IT Support Denver and then the top page rankings for IT Services Denver. And what we see here is the first top 10 rankings for these 2 keywords. And what you see is there are some pages that are the same, right? And you will see that this is the page that I'm talking about my particular client. And when you do this comparison for 2 keywords, if there are a lot of pages that are similar, that means Google is rewarding the same type or the same content for the 2 different keywords, and you need to create 1 page for this keyword. So it's not as simple as what I just said. it needs a little bit additional observation. For example, in this particular case, now there are three same content for the two keywords. And keep in mind that this includes my client as well, right? But before I did this change, there were only two, right? So if you have two pages that are the same, in most cases, this is not sufficient proof that Google is rewarding the same type of content, right? Usually you want to look at 4 similar pages or more. But it depends on the specific situation, and sometimes it even needs some experimentation, right? So in this case, even when I saw 2 similar pages, based on more observation, I determined that having the same type of content for the 2 pages is something that is worth investigating. And when I did this change, it made a huge difference, right? So the summary point here is that you need to look at the top pages that are ranking for different keywords. And if the top pages are the same, then Google is rewarding the same content, and you should create the same content for the 2 different keywords, right? And then the other thing to keep in mind now, this particular client is continuing to totally dominate for IT support Denver as well, right? So remember, IT services Denver was the keyword that I showed you that had a tremendous boost, right? And what I did was I was combining the earlier page that was targeting IT services Denver with the page that was targeting IT support Denver, so that now we have one page, right? So it's not a straightforward change where you just kind of combine, 301, the IT services Denver to the IT support Denver, right? There's more that is involved, but the main point is now we are combining the pages. And here, what I'm trying to show you is even after combining the pages, the main page, right, the original IT support Denver page is still ranking at the top, right? So now for this particular client, we have the IT support Denver that's ranking right at the top for the homepage, right? And in addition to that, we also have, like I was showing earlier, the same page ranking at the top for IT services Denver, right? So we didn't lose anything except that we gained a lot, right? So again, the total summary here is that sometimes there are conflicts between pages, and combining pages in a strategic manner can provide big boost in your rankings very fast.